Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Made with Love. My name is Heather and today is Monday, May 5th of 2025. And so I've got my KitchenAid mixer and my ice cream maker here behind me. So I'm going to show two ways to make eggnog ice cream. So you just need two ingredients. One is eggnog and the second is your 35% heavy whipping cream. So I'll just say, got this eggnog. It's got the Easter eggs all over the carton. My daughter works at a grocery store. A couple days after Easter, maybe a week after Easter, I don't know, they had these clear them out for 99 cents for a carton. So I had 3 left. So I bought all 3. So I have just under 3 liters of eggnog. And then I've had to go today and I had to grab some whipping cream. These were $6.35 or $6.45 a carton, I forget, plus the environmental fees. So it cost me just a little over $13. I think it was like $13.30 or 40 cents, something like that. So just under $13.50 for 2 liters of this whipping cream where I live. Just, you know, milk can be very expensive. This stuff I hardly buy, but I love to use this. So I'm just gonna show what you need. So if you don't have an ice cream maker, you can make this in, I'm using my KitchenAid stand mixer, but any stand mixer will work. So I'll be changing out the bowl and the little whisk thing. Right now I've got my metal bowl and my metal whisk are outside in the garage, out in the deep freeze. They've been out there a couple hours, maybe 2 hours now, I think it's been. And then same with my ice cream maker at the center part. After it gets used, it always goes right back into the freezer. It takes 24 hours for the cylinder part to be frozen where you can make ice cream again. So I used to make ice cream almost, would be every other day we could make ice cream that's why I have the ice cream maker. So I'm just going to run out and grab those, but I just thought I would just go over a few things. So using the stand mixer, just need the metal bowl, the metal whisk part, let them be cold, you know, cold, I don't know. If I knew I was going to be making this, I would have put them in my freezer last night. I kind of looked up the recipes last night. I just didn't think I was going to have time to do it today. I didn't know I was going to be able to go out today to get the whipping cream, but I was able to do that, fit that in everything else I was doing today. So with the stand mixer, you just need to mix the eggnog and the whipping cream for 10 to 15 minutes. I don't quite know how long because I've heard different recipes, different times. I've even found different ratios depending on what I'm making. And then you just take the metal bowl right back into the freezer and let it freeze until it's solid. With my ice cream maker, again, I have to look up how long it takes to mix. I don't even know what size my maker is. I have to look that up. I don't even know where my booklet is. I just realized that. Couldn't find my booklet this morning. So I just have to double check that. But again, you just put the milk and the eggnog into the thing and you turn it on. And it should make ice cream right away. But using the stand mix, you do have to put it in the freezer for maybe an hour or 2. I don't know. But because I got this amount of eggnog and this amount of whipping cream, I thought I would do both to show you how easy it is to make ice cream with an ice cream maker and without. So I'm just going to go and grab the stuff from the freezer and I'll be right back. I'm going to say my hands are now frozen getting these in from the freezer. Set the stand mix over. I'm going to do the ice cream one first. So it's simple. It's 1 carton of eggnog and half a carton of Cool Whip. I'm not quite sure how much this holds. So I'm going to start with just, I'm going to do this first. 3 cups of eggnog and 1 cup of Cool Whip. And pour this in. Oops. Put this on. It's locked into place. I gotta plug it in only to realize that it's not gonna reach. Oh, actually, I'll just move it to the other counter. Do it that way. Still got more room, so I'm just gonna do the rest of the eggnog in here. A little more of this. There we go. Then I turn on. And that is going to make my ice cream in there. Then the stand mix. Just make sure I got this in. So I'm going to do 2 things of eggnog. So I'm going to and a full carton of the whipping cream. Lock into place and turn on. And let this mix for 10 minutes. So I will be back in about 10 minutes and I'll show you the progress of both. Great, so stand mixer's been going for a little over 10 minutes. And I've got this consistency. It looks like whipped. It's not the stiff peaks because it's not straight whipped cream, but you do have this nice air bubble effect. So I'm just going to unplug this because I know myself and I'm probably going to bump a button and turn it on while I'm touching that. Okay. So take this off of here. And I have a bowl cover from my KitchenAid. And I'm just going to, now it says it's a non-sealing storage cover, so it doesn't fit this bowl. It's meant for various bowls. It actually fits the one that actually has the spout on it. But I'm just going to cover this and I'm going to put this in the freezer overnight. So you're not going to be able to see what this ice cream looks like instantly. That's one thing with this method here. It takes a little longer when you don't have an ice cream maker. So I'm just going to set this over here. I'll put this in my fridge in the garage. Wipe this sticky mess now, just because I gotta set my camera over here. I just don't want to set it on spilt milk ice cream stuff. I will show this one. So this is the This is my Hamilton Beach ice cream maker. I love this one. It is so easy to use. I think I'm just going to unplug it in case I bump it, but it still has, you know, liquid in here, but I can just start to scrape away actual ice cream. So it needs a few more minutes because I think I overfilled it, which that is the one thing I do when I'm making this stuff is I always, you know, overfill, especially when it's been a while since I've made. But you can see it's got like the consistency of ice cream. Still, I don't know where the camera is. I'm going to switch the angle of my camera. There. Easier for me to do from holding it, and I can see what I'm recording through the thing. Okay, but you can see I've got good, nice ice cream here. And it's still got some runny stuff, so I'm going to let this go another 5 or so minutes, but I've got ice cream underneath this runny stuff. Now what I love about this machine here is it doesn't require salt. So it's just you put in your ingredients and you just let the machine do what it's supposed to do. So I'm just going to put the cover back on. Plug it in, turn it on, and just let it do its thing. It's probably about 5 more minutes. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes when this ice cream should be ready. All right, I'm going to lift up this ice cream from here. It is hard to, this was the one thing I didn't like about this. It's the way that the ice cream forms around the outside of the inside. It's the way it forms on the inside of this frozen part and this thing that spins. And it is just so hard to get it free sometimes. And then my problem is I'm in a hurry, and I did this before. I'll pour all that liquid in here, and I poured too much liquid. I got to do it in small batches. It's been a while since I've used this ice cream maker too, so you get a really nice ice cream. If I can get this out. Like I said, this one does not require using salt. There. It does look good. It tastes good. Just trying to get this. You know what? I don't want to do this, but I'm going to use my knife just around this plastic, just so I can find and figure out where it's stuck. There we go. I got the paddle out there. That is always the hardest part, is trying to get this paddle out. But there. Once the paddle's out, you can just see how nice this ice cream looks. I'll go back to this larger spoon. There we go. So it's got this nice ice cream. Now it's not holding its shape. My house is very hot right now. There we go. Nice little bowl of ice cream. I'll show you how much is still in there. Still a lot of ice cream still down in here to get out. don't want to use the metal spoons to get this out, but I think I may have to. I don't know where my ice cream scoop is. But yeah, see if I can get this stuff that's on. Yeah. See, it's that stuff that's on the side that is your hard ice cream. There we go. So that is just very quick, easy ice cream. I mean, can be if you do it, if you don't overfill your machines. And if you go slow and take your time, if you try to make, all your ice cream in one, sitting like this, it's not going to work. It is harder. But there we go. That is how I make my homemade ice cream. And then I will be back. Looking at the clock. It's already like 4 o'clock now. 6, 7. I did put it in my deep freeze. To be honest, I don't know when. I don't know when I'll be back to show the ice cream that's in the deep freeze that I did on the KitchenAid mixer. I will try. I'll show it back. I guess it's 4. So in about 3 hours before I leave for Bible study, I can show what it looks like, and then I can show maybe after Bible study. So in the next 3 to 5 hours, I will be back to show the ice cream that's in the deep freeze. All right, so I'm going to show you the ice cream. So in this small bowl here, I've got the ice cream from the ice cream maker. And in this larger bowl here, I've got the ice cream I made in the stand mixer. Just gonna put this down. This was in my deep freeze all night. So it's frozen solid. This will have to sit out on the counter to lift some up, but I'm just trying to see if I can get enough out of here to show you how it looks. There we go. I got a nice scoop of that. So this is the stand mix one. And this is the other one. Again, my freezer really froze these solid all night, but I just really want to lift it up. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though. I'm going to have to let these sit out before anybody wants to eat any. Just gonna get some like little curls of ice cream then, just to show that. I will say the one thing about my ice cream maker is it actually makes it more like a soft serve ice cream. And then no, I don't think it's really meant to be put back in the freezer to freeze. This one here, didn't have a proper lid, but whatever. It's still ice cream, and it still tastes good. I'll grab a spoon here. So this is the one that was in the ice cream maker. And this is the one from the KitchenAid one. And they both taste really good. But they definitely do need to sit out for a little while. I'm just going to mix the two together just because I just want to see if I can get this softened so I can just... So I think I'm going to have to let them sit out for maybe a half hour just because of how frozen they are before I serve this. But it's good. So last night, which is too late to do this, and then my husband was home all day today. I just got back from taking my husband to work. Over the weekend, he cut down all those trees. So today he was cutting up all the trees into smaller chunks to dispose of properly. But I will say, so looks really good. It tastes good, just in a metal bowl. I'll show this one too. So it does have a different color to it, different consistency, different texture. But, you know, it's still, you know, good homemade ice cream, whether or not you use an ice cream maker or just a stand mixer. Or I guess because what you want to do is just get the eggnog and the whipping cream incorporated, I guess you could use just a regular like hand mixer or an immersion blender. Those would probably work too. I made a lot of it because I had a lot of eggnog to use up. Generally, I'd probably only make about this amount of time. And when I make up the ice cream before, I mean, my kids were home. My 4 kids, this would have been gone while I'm making it. So the fact that, you know, this is going to be here for a little while for me and my husband to eat is going to be a few more. It's going to be ice cream for, you know, probably a good month now. But no, I just say, like, it is really good ice cream. And like I said, 4 kids, I really enjoyed doing this ice cream. I made it with the whipping cream and chocolate milk. And I've done the whipping cream and the eggnog was good. Whipping cream and fresh berries, really good as well. And my ice cream maker. Some of these other ones, for the stand mixer, it's just the whipping cream and the eggnog. This is the one I've done. I've also done, it would have been the whipping cream and chocolate milk. I made that one for my kids a lot when they were little, and I would use the little handheld beaters, little electric beaters. That was a fun thing to do with my kids. They love making ice cream. They're so easy to do. Just like I said, everything is just frozen so solid. Like I said, they were in the freezer overnight in my deep freeze out in the garage, so it's even extra cold. In metal containers also makes it colder. But yeah, that is my homemade eggnog ice cream. I hope everybody enjoys. I'm going to be enjoying eating ice cream for the next little while. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribes to my channels and watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.